All right, hello. My name is Justin.
Hello, I'm Travis.
Yes, my brother. And we are playing one of our childhood favorites. Quest for Glory 1, So You Want to Be a Hero. Gotta find the little bug there. Always have to do that.
Also known as Hero's Quest.
Yes, definitely. I actually have the original box of this game, titled Hero Quest, and I was actually going to install it, but I realized it was 5 1/4 floppies, not 3.5-inch discs, and I don't have a adapter for that for modern PCs. So we're stuck with the Quest for Glory name on this one, I'm afraid. Oh well.
But it's pretty much the same otherwise, huh?
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think the first time I played this game, I remember I was like in grade school, and commentary from the dog, and I came upstairs and you were playing it.
Oh?
I had no recollection of it ever coming into the house, no box, no anything. You were just playing it, and I had like a half an hour before school, and anyway.
Before school, wow.
Yeah.
So many fond memories of this game.
Yes,
Just
indeed.
so cool. I would make elaborate maps about every screen.
Yeah. And I didn't really know how revolutionary of a game this was, and how unique an adventure RPG hybrid. I mean, you'd see stuff like that later on in gaming, but this was pretty new back in the day. So, I figure we'd start with the introduction.
Of course.
Mean looking thing.
Gave me chills.
Dun, 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 dun. And playing on our original computer, this would have been beeps and squawks because we did not have, in fact, a sound card for our first color computer. Ooh. Nightmare inducing.
Well, they know how to grab your attention.
Mm-hmm. And directed Laurie and Cole. And programming Corey Cole and other guys who probably deserve a lot of credit but don't get it.
Larry Scott sounds familiar. Probably did other things about the time that I know of.
Jeff Crow. He's familiar. Cindy Walker. I know she went on to be a designer. Music, of course, Mark Siebert. Staple of the early Sierra games. Other composers would be added later. And I don't know who that is. And of course we know Ken Williams. For those who don't know, we have a third player right here, our cat, who likes to dig her claws into our flesh.
Yeah.
Now, I believe Travis had a plan for what character we're going to be playing this time through.
Well, I just recalled that, of course, some of your starting stats depend on which class you pick, even though you get, as we shall see, some flexibility in that. But I distinctly remember that choosing the Thief is the only way to get some ability in every skill. And no matter how you choose to distribute your discretionary points at the beginning, if you choose fighter or magic user, you won't be able to do absolutely everything So I almost always went and did the thief,
Mm-hmm.
which had the added benefit of being able to maybe break into houses and
Right.
having, basically more of the game open to you.
Which were honestly some of my favorite moments in the whole game, so I think we'll be doing that.
And I never noticed before, but the eyes of the thief, they're like kind of scowly.
They're kind of beady.
Yes.
And the naming. How do you spell beady?
No, not gonna go with the other plan we had.
Well, I suppose we could do that. I agree. I'm not going to promote so much on this one, but there's a reason for that name. Okay. So
The Celestial Palace. Look it up.
yeah, okay. separate things entirely, I'm sure. Yes, as you could see, Travis was indeed right. All we'd have to do is put 5 points into magic and 5 points into parry, and we have all the skills.
Of course, if we want to be legit at anything, we're gonna have to do a lot of grinding to get some of those up. But
Now, before, I was thinking of putting most the points left we had into pick locks, but now I am thinking strength, and there's a particular reason why I want to do that, and I don't know if I should give that away at this moment. But it would give us a leg up.
I'd imagine it might make throwing and climbing and dodging and damage, and I don't know what it all influences, but it could be overall pretty useful.
Well, here's a hint. Carry weight.
Oh.
Yeah. And you see, there's a particular item in the game that if you play the thief a certain way and get through things early, you can get this item, and it will make things go a lot smoother for you in the road ahead.
Let's go for it.
So, I'm going to max out that strength.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, why not? These others are fairly grindable. F3, 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 F3.
I'd forgotten F3.
And I believe you're going to narrate for us, or?
Oh, we can go off and on, but sure, I'll start. So then, this seems like a quiet little town. On the porch ahead of you are two people. The standing one is large, rather ugly, and playing with a yo-yo. The seated person smoking a pipe looks like he might be the sheriff. The man with the pipe greets you.
Welcome to our town. You're likely to have made it down from the mountains before the snow blocked the pass again. It's gotten pretty dangerous outside of town, I understand. Many monsters have been trapped around here with the late snow. Between them and the brigands, we certainly could use a hero around here. I am Sheriff Schultz Meisterson. This is Otto Van Goon, my assistant. What do you call yourself? And we've already decided Gregory. Good luck on your quest, Gregory.
I should have put quotes around that.
They really should. Oh well.
Happens a couple times where you're not sure if the game is talking to you or a character is talking to you.
Oh yeah, forgive him. It's a big game.
Score 1 of 500.
Yeah, immediately gives you a point. That's nice.
Congratulations, you breathe and you can hear.
You successfully started the game. Okay, so,
Being a thief, I'm not sure how closely we want to get chummy with these folk.
yeah, probably not too much, but there are particular bits of information that we should probably ask him. He mentioned brigands.
Yeah.
There's a whole band of brigands hiding out somewhere in the mountains around us. They robbed a merchant just last week. Got a fair amount of treasure, I hear.
And he just sits here smoking. Oh, we got a point for that.
Oh, we did? Well, let me
I
ask
guess-
him about this merchant.
I guess the brigands are pretty important.
The one who robbed, he's staying at the inn, I believe. Okay.
Hero's Tale Inn, how convenient.
Right there. He also mentioned the monsters. Monsters came down from the mountains every winter, but they're usually gone by now. The Baron just doesn't have enough men to handle them. Wolfgang is the one to talk about monsters. He's had a lot of experience with them.
Sounds like they need some manpower to deal with monsters.
Yes. Quite fortunate we are here. Didn't get any... So... Let's see, he mentioned Wolfgang and the Baron. Let's ask about the Baron, because that's probably the more important question. Baron Stefan keeps mostly to himself in the castle north of here. We haven't seen him here in town for years.
You know, I wonder if it wasn't specifically asking about the brigands, but just asking him a question in general that gave us the point.
That could be. Wolfgang down at the guild hall is one to talk to about monsters. He has had a lot of experience with him. With them. Yeah, so I think that's enough grilling of the sheriff at the moment.
I seem to remember speaking with Otto von Goon isn't productive.
Let's try it. Talk to Goon.
Okay.
He only expresses himself physically.
Let's not go into that.
As we can see by the yo-yo.
I seem to remember...
Yo-yo. Well, if I can spell yo-yo. Goes down. You seem to remember?
I seem to vaguely remember that there is a way to annoy him to where he kills you.
Well, let's do a save one. How about take yo-yo? Apparently we can't get that.
Fight him?
Fight Otto. Despite your intentions, you feel a calmness and a sense of peace descend around you as you consider thoughts of violence.
Uh-huh.
And there is actually a reason for that.
Indeed.
Which is kind of neat.
Yeah, rather convenient, too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it frustrated me to no end how, several of these shops, the little sign on the doorknob is basically a way to where they don't have to really explain why you can't open the door.
Yep, there's a sign on the door of the barbershop informing when it reads the barber is out to lunch. The door is locked.
But, basically it's a way to fill out town without giving the every building an interior. And it was very effective for me. I was like, just imagine all the things that are in these places.
Yeah. I remember being, young and not really understanding games and not knowing what just an outright denial of an area was. This is kind of a hint, you don't go in there. But I was convinced for the longest while that I can get in the barber shop. It's got to be open sometime, but it never was.
Yeah, if you do things in the game in a certain way, if you have the right item and you think of the magic words.
Mm-hmm. I thought I could even escape the valley at one point, but that was quickly dashed. Typical barber's pole.
How medieval.
Mm-hmm.
The sheriff calls out behind you.
Just a friendly suggestion, but whatever you do, don't drink the dragon's breath. Not even Otto can drink dragon's breath. Yeah, we're still working out who does the narration, who does the voices.
You can smell apples as you approach this corner. Hint, hint, talk to the cross-eyed centaur lady. Of course, everybody's cross-eyed here. The pretty young centaur looks at you and says, "Good day and welcome to Spielburg. Do you wish to buy some nice fresh fruits or vegetables? Vegetables?
Vegetables. Actually, we do. I forget exactly. Let's see.
They're very useful, like cheap food.
Yeah. Rations are good.
Dagger, leather armor, lockpick.
But we need
Carefully select 10 of the best apples.
Good amount of apples, and let's buy about 50 of them.
Oh, I remember, yeah.
I'm thinking ahead a bit.
For the 10 best apples from the barrel. Pay the lady a silver piece.
Silver for 10 apples.
You got 3 points just for buying something.
I mean, you can't beat that. I don't know how much silver is worth. Probably a silver piece for 10 apples. This day and age would probably be a ripoff, but back then I assume it would be a pretty good deal. Especially from centaurs. Oh, I remember there was an interview with Lori and Corey Cole about how they wanted to have centaurs a playable race in the game originally.
Ooh.
Yeah, but then they got into an argument with the programmer who said, an artist who said, well, then we'd have to have a centaur going up some stairs, and that would be hard to code and draw, and it would lead to whole bunches of problems, so sadly they did not get their centaurs.
Taking stairs out of the game entirely. Yes.
Let's go into this little shop, and let's look.
This looks like a dry goods store, but it smells like a musty library. The stove feels nice on such a crisp day. Behind the counter and on the shelves there are many and various items for sale. The shopkeeper appears to ignore you while he reads a book. Yeah, since I tend to just be browsing, most shopkeepers annoy me, or ignore me too.
Customers. Okay, let's talk to this guy. Talk to shopkeeper. Oh, I'm sorry, the shopkeeper blurts out. I didn't notice you coming in. My, you look like an adventurer. We don't see too many around here. The brigands tend to get rid of most adventurers before they make it to town. You may be in luck. I carry a modest amount of adventurers' equipment behind the counter. Oh, would you like to make a purchase? Those appear to be scrolls or presents. And salt shakers, lanterns, I get that. Tea, kettle, not so adventurous. This guy doesn't really look like an adventurer.
For some reason, I never really interacted with like the stove or that metal plate on the wall or the barrel of broom handles. For some reason, I felt like if I was just focused on the shopkeep and what did I say to him or the items behind on the shelves.
Yeah, it appears to be a shield. I wonder if we can buy the shield. You wouldn't want to buy that. Well,
no, of course we wouldn't.
Oh, of course. Yeah. You don't want money. We get it. Okay. Ask about items. What do you have for sale? Okay. He doesn't have items.
I forget how to... Oh, here we go.
Weapons, armors, daggers, rations, ale flasks, and various foodstuffs.
I remember his food is expensive, and I pretty much just bought apples.
Okay.
And as the thief, I would often, being weak in combat, I would buy a bunch of daggers and just throw them at monsters before close range fighting them. But that tended to be expensive, and I wasn't sure if it was the optimal strategy.
Yeah, let's ask about his daggers here. The use of the dagger is the most skillful art. Actually, this particular weapon is longer than most, but still easily concealable. A bargain at 20 silvers, which is... Yeah. I think it works out to 10 silvers per gold in this game, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe so.
Yeah, so we're looking at 2 gold for a dagger. Yeah, we really can't afford that right now.
Not yet.
But we got 1 dagger, so our throwing skills going to be... Oh. Hello. Oh,
Who knows how long that took for them to code.
Just simple trigger.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it wasn't a headache. Okay. So.
What a nice pink house.
Yeah. Again, shops that are closed, and at this moment I should have gathered that it was a running gag. But yet, I wanted to get into the bakery, I wanted to get into the butcher shop, I especially wanted to get into the shack.
Yeah,
right
I felt for sure that there must be a way.
Because you can hear sounds of hammering from inside. You must be some sort of workshop.
Probably like the blacksmith.
Yeah. Who knows what kind of useful stuff.
You're clipping behind the door. What the hell?
This actually makes me feel a lot better about myself in a lot of ways. In my current pursuits. Open door. Door visibly locked. I'm gonna save it. Whoop, that's a character screen. I forgot the pick lock. Broad daylight? You've got to be kidding. You'd be arrested for certain.
Well, I don't know. The sheriff seems to just allow merchants to be robbed.
Smoke his pipe. Through the window, it's a light tavern. Smells like stale air and other more unpleasant things. The floor is covered with dirt and the bar with sticky beer. Smoke appears to be rising from the center cask behind the bar. To your right, 2 gamblers are playing cards. The bartender glares at you as you enter, and so does the ugly goon to your left. You get the impression that you are not welcome.
And the gamblers are a baker with a chef's hat and a butcher with a bloody apron.
On the west side of the table is wearing a bloodstained apron, like a butcher.
Well then.
On the east has on a baker's hat. Well, that's a very tall baker's hat.
Does that mean the nearly bald man at sitting on the stool is the
barber?
Barber.
It must be.
How ironic.
And I always found this very not a pleasant sight.
I just realized what that is.
What is that?
I won't say yet until we've experienced something.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe I never realized what it was.
Okay.
Until now.
Crumpled piece of paper under the stool. Get paper. Pick up the note. Smooth out the piece of paper and read. B. He's starting to act suspicious. Better save this drop for emergencies. B. Okay, so we got a B and a B.
Somebody's going to be dropping notes or goods at this location.
I'll make another save here.
Probably illegally.
It's very weird that the bartender appears to have bright neon tattoos.
Yeah, limited color palette.
Yeah.
I suppose making them black would have been odd.
Or completely removing them might have been a wiser choice, but let's sit on the stool like a man. What do you want?
Ask for milk. Ask for milk.
Ask for milk. I need to use milk in this game. Why should we? We're a hero. Well, I'm going to do... Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, 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 dun.
Bartender is emphatic as he yells at you. If you want a mug of Dragon's Breath, house rules say you have to be cash up front. I'm tripping over words here. Yeah. Reading hard.
Cough up the cash.
Thanks, buddy. Hey, Crusher. Our friend here wants Dragon's Breath. That's not a good smile.
Little mushroom cloud with a skull. There you go. I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to walk around town with this and maybe use it?
Mm-hmm.
Drink.
Never tasted anything like it before. Oh, wow. And you turn to ash. Maybe you really should have tried the Dragon's Breath. Better luck next time, and we hope you've saved your game.
Yes, a relatively early lesson.
In Sierra's merciless ways. We hope you saved your game.
Yeah.
We're not going to autosave for you.
Okay, maybe it's not what I thought. I thought that green dripping goo was a prior patron who had tried Dragon's Breath. But if it turned you to ash, then maybe that isn't. Maybe it's just emphasizing the grimy, seedy nature of the bar.
Look goo. Not a pleasant sight.
Taste goo.
Taste goo. Take goo. You can't get that. Okay. Well, it's just goo, and we're just gonna have to accept that. Alright. Well, nothing really to do in here other than...
Well, there's a guy on an obvious trapdoor.
Mm-hmm. But we need to know a certain bit of information before we...
Might as well talk to him for now. I mean, how do you know that we need to know?
Oh, okay. Yes, Control S is not save. Okay, talk to Goon. Goon seems to be ignoring you. Well, how rude. Talk to Goon again. As you ask him questions, the Goon's eyes darken.
Hint.
Uh-oh, it looks like you got Crusher upset.
Crusher. Is he wearing pink shorts? Oh, alright. Out you go.
Ouch.
At least he didn't kill you. Oh, health points.
Health points. That took away 2 of... We are 1/8 less healthy right now.
Ooh, go in the alley.
Ooh, now it's sunset. That's what I remember. Being beat up by Crusher actually takes some time. It's like a section of the day passes. Ooh, is there a glint?
No. But might as well see it during the day.
Oh.
I forgot about this guy.
Yeah, me too. Well, we are an honorable thief. Give 1 silver. So, no, it's really tough trying. Okay.
Oh.
Go for it.
Thanks. You know, it's really tough trying to make a living begging in this town since the brigands started scaring all the trade away. This used to be such a nice place to live. My advice to you is not to take up begging. It just doesn't pay, alright? And don't go out at night.
Obviously.
Okay. Don't go out at night.
Don't go out
yes,
at night?
as we know, especially not in this alley.
Okay, ask about... Let's see if he knows anything about the Baron.
You can get a job cleaning the Baron's stable, I understand. It's good work if you want to build up your muscles or have a place to spend the night, but you won't get rich. I'd rather beg myself. Oh, got 2 points for that.
Oh, really?
Beggar gets cash only when others get cash, and nobody's got much money here right now. Alright.
Does he know anything about the alley? No.
Guess not.
About the tavern? No. How about those brigands?
Thieves prowl the streets at night. They don't bother me because they have nothing to steal. The brigands are worse. They sure hurt business. No one's getting rich but them. And us if we steal from them.
Yes, indeed.
A word of warning to you. Don't drink the dragon's breath.
Well, could have told me that earlier. Okay. So...
We appear to be set for now. Sunset approaches. The farmer's market has closed up shop for the day. But, even the sheriff has called it quits.
Yep.
But we still have half the town to explore.
I think the magic shop is open, but the problem is we are poor. Wait, how did we get 2 gold coins?
We had 4.
Oh, we had 4?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So...
Another pretty house.
Pretty house with perhaps valuables in it. Right.
How do they... The only house... Did that other pink house have a yard too?
I believe it did, yes.
It's like 50 square feet of grass in the entire town. I can't imagine anybody bothers with a lawnmower, so how do they... Anyway, sorry.
It's very urban town.
Magic. Guild Hall.
Adventurers Guild reminds you of the one in your hometown. The traditional moose head and other stuffed monsters, Sora's troll, griffin, dragon, cheetar, and the terrible Antwerp adorn the walls. You see the registration book on the desk and the bulletin board full of job listings. The man seated by the fire must be the guild master. He is snoring. Okay. Well, we have made the 30-minute mark. So this is probably a good time to stop and save. Take a break. Save 3. Explored a good deal of the town, made a bad decision, made a few friends, had a nice experience.
So good.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like there's lots of stuff to do in here when we continue.
Indeed. We will see you next time.